Another tip I would like to give you when you just start working from home, and I know this is a bit different with like the lockdown because saying to socialize might not be as easy as it used to be, or working out. If you have the lockdown, you might not be allowed to work out, or depending on your risk profile, you might not be allowed to leave the house. But there is great ways to work out from home. There is great ways to socialize with other people. And I would highly, highly suggest that you find people to socialize with. And I think the word social distancing is quite dangerous and quite misleading, because we are not like socially distancing. We are more or less just like physically distancing, right? Because we can still socialize, and we still do. Like, there are so many people online right now socializing, that I think, yeah, it's definitely important for us. And especially now, it's something we should not miss out, but obviously do it responsibly. So there is like great tools like Zoom, FaceTime, depending on where you are in the world. You might not be able to use it everywhere. But yeah, there's different ways to really have a proper conversation over a cup of coffee and really talk to one another. And I think this is the important point I would like to make when I say socializing, because working from home or being a small business owner in general can be quite isolating and can be quite lonely. And if you work in a corporate, usually you have like loads of your colleagues around you every time. You might be all like locked up in a big office, or you have like 3 colleagues next to you, and then coming home and working from a really quiet environment where you only have yourself, or maybe your partner, or maybe your family around, can be quite stressful. Also, you might not be used to have so many people around you all the time. So really to focus and channel your socializing to something productive. So to pick a few people or one person who can maybe keep you accountable. So pick an accountability partner to check in with someone who has maybe similar interests, where you really pick the quality time you would like to spend with someone and spend them kind of face to face virtually. This could also be like a cup of coffee or anything, or pick up the phone and call someone, but have a proper chat. When I say socializing, I don't mean to fall into the trap of obsessing over Instagram, Facebook, where you start sliding down the whole time and you can't stop screening, and where you just get too detached to what is going on with everyone else in the world. Because as you probably know, loads of these apps are designed to hook us into this cycle. And when the whole world is online and is sharing funny memes, etc., it's a high risk of getting caught up in things and kind of losing touch to the real world when you just like follow. And trust me, I've been there. It sounds a bit weird, but yeah, I mean, I've certainly been there, where you like start to play like whatever it is, Candy Crush, or where you watch one YouTube video after another and you suddenly end up with like cute puppy videos. You can get into this trap of like thinking you're doing something productive, you're learning or you're socializing, but it doesn't really add anything to your day. It doesn't really add anything else than maybe the fear of missing out, anxiety, etc. So really being responsible with like the use of social media, but socializing with human beings virtually, and have proper conversations to keep you sane. This could also mean that finding things that you like doing that distract you from your work, from your personal life, and really help you to focus. If you are quite introverted as I am, this might be reading a book, or I like to paint, I like to draw. So this might be something where you really focus and get into this kind of meditative state where you really focus on one project until this picture is drawn or whatever it might be. So yeah, this is what I would highly recommend in order to help you to keep sane while being not able to go out, or also maybe to overcoming the fear of social distancing in order to keep sane, and maybe not fall into the trap of being lonely. Because my experience is when you get to the point of feeling lonely and you kind of eat up all your problems, or so for example, if you have a project and you might not know what the next step could be, and this could be really simple, and I think especially with the simple things, or the things that should be simple for us, or things that should come easily to us, it's even scarier to reach out and ask for help because we don't want to be seen as dumb, etc. But if you focus too long on a problem, you kind of get like this view where you have like this tunnel vision, and there's like a blockage all over your head, and you don't really know anymore what to do. If you can just talk to someone, it's quite easy for them to help untangle your brain. So yeah, it just gets easier then for you to keep going on your project and not have the problem accumulate over time, and yeah, become bigger and bigger. Because when it does, and again, I'm speaking from experience, when you kind of hit the roadblock and you haven't reached out, you really do feel more lonely over time, because then it might get more difficult for you to reach out and ask for help, or you ask for a project that is way bigger, and that yeah, would need way more work to be involved. So yeah, reach out, when it's just a small thing, and but when it's a big thing, you can obviously also still reach out when it's a big thing. But yeah, do reach out to people, and we're in it all together. So I think by now is a great chance to also maybe call people you haven't called in a while, and restart building connections, proper connections that are meaningful to you, and that can help you to put things into perspective. Because in the end, this is what it is. As long as we are healthy, I think we are quite fine at the moment. And yes, there might be consequences, but I think none of us really can predict them right now. So to really put things into perspective and focus on things you can change, and have a conversation with people who might help you to see the bigger picture if needed, or maybe you can help someone else to do so.